What's up, family? We may be headed to war. New signs are arising and shows us how critical these days are in our times. With the growing efforts to create nuclear warheads in multiple countries, it's obvious that many are secretly planning to go to war. First off, before we get started, I do want to send my condolences out because Jerry Springer, guys, he has died and he has left Earth. So anyways, guys, I believe he was 79 years old, and it looks like Jerry was actually worth about $75 million. Everybody loved Jerry. He had one of those crazy shows where he had people come on, they end up fighting, and it was just crazy, guys. The Jerry Springer Show. Do you guys remember that? Or am I just telling my age? But anyways, guys, we found out that he actually was diagnosed a little bit ago with pancreatic cancer, in which he only had a little bit of time left to live. And so anyways, guys, he ended up dying at his Florida home. And guys, once again, Jerry Springer is no longer with us. So we definitely want to keep them in our prayers, him as well as his family and those friends as well. Keep them in your prayers in the meantime. Now, guys, moving on, we do need to talk about some new signs of war is coming this year. In fact, the U.S. is actually preparing for the ENDGAME right now, guys. What does that mean? Yes, the United States is preparing to go to war. Now, we don't necessarily know who is going to be the first contestant on the game, but anyways, guys, we do have a few contestants that all want a piece of action of the United States. And guys, you already know what this is. We are talking about North Korea, China perhaps, as well as Russia. 3 countries, guys, would love to have a piece of the pie of the American pie. But anyways, guys, President Biden, who is the leader of this country, not ready to let that happen right now. Recently, guys, we have seen multiple threats coming directly from North Korea, in which they have sent nuclear weapon threats towards the United States as well as South Korea. And those threats have been pretty consistent lately. However, it looks like the North Korean president has actually amped up those particular threats. As you can see right here, North Korea threatens to use nuclear weapons if the United States, South Korea continue to show that they are open to hostility. What does that mean? I mean, North Korea is the only one that is sending out hostility towards every other country, trying to push their power and trying to threaten people and let them know that they are the big boss in town. And they have been practicing shooting their missiles constantly into the Japan Sea. So guys, I don't know exactly what Kim Jong-un is actually talking about, but we do need to be concerned about this because he continues to amp up those particular threats towards the U.S. as well as South Korea. And here recently, guys, President Biden has warned North Korea that if you do any type of nuclear attack on the U.S. or its allies, it would result in the end of your regime. Now, what does that mean, guys? Yes, President Biden is flexing his muscles and telling the North Korean president, Kim Jong-un, that if you are ready to end your entire regime, go ahead, test us. Do any type of nuclear attack on the U.S. or any of our other allies, referring to South Korea, you are going to dismantle your entire regime because the United States is coming directly for you. So yes, guys, this is a direct threat from the U.S. back in return to North Korea because, like I said, they continue to put out these threats in regards to nuclear weapons. That is pretty much the only thing that they can stand on at this particular time. So anyways, guys, things are heating up out there in the world, as you already know, even though we already have things heating up right here in the United States, but outside of the United States, which most people don't necessarily see is actually happening in the background, the U.S. is preparing to go to war. In fact, President Biden went a little bit step further over this week, and he has designated and said that he is going to move to reassure South Korea of protection against any type of nuclear attack. Now, again, this is only in reference to the threats that have been coming directly from North Korea or Kim Jong-un, and the U.S. and President Biden has said that we will reassure you, South Korea, we will provide protection against any nuclear attack, which means if the North Korean president decides to do anything whatsoever in regards to sending a missile directly to South Korea or any other ally of the United States, the U.S. is ready to attack. They are ready. They are standing by. And in fact, they went another step further even. Well, guys, let me show you this right here. The U.S. has just announced earlier this week that they are going to be sending nuclear submarines in new pledge to protect South Korea from North Korea's threats that they keep on imposing. Yes, this information came directly from President Biden earlier this week, and here's what it says, guys. It says that President Joe Biden and his South Korean counterpart, Yoon Suk Yeol, will sign the agreement in Washington this past Wednesday, guys. So yes, they have already signed this particular pledge in regards to sending and accepting these nuclear submarines, and this actually happened a couple of days ago, guys. So this, like I said, this thing is heating up even more, which means that the United States could be going to war sometime this year. Guys, it is getting closer and closer. Originally, we thought that the next war would actually be with Russia or even China, but it looks like North Korea might be trying to step up a little bit because they want to be the first contestant in line. What do you think about this, guys? Do you think that we would actually go to war with North Korea? Do you think that that would be the first war that the United States go towards? Me personally, I think that all three of these countries want to attack the United States all at the same time. But that is just my personal belief. But I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts on if the United States is going to go to war this year. And if they do, who is going to be the first contestant? I'm curious to see how you guys feel about this. And then moving on to some other news in regards to the war in Ukraine. We just got some positive information in regards to the meeting that just happened less than a week ago. And this particular meeting was between the Ukrainian President Zelensky, as well as he met with the Chinese President, President Yi. And in a statement from Zelensky, he said that this particular meeting was long and meaningful. Now, what exactly does that mean, guys? Well, we do know that prior to the war in Ukraine, it looks like Zelensky and President Yi had conversations with each other from time to time. But since the war has actually happened or started, they really haven't spoke at all. So this particular meeting was definitely due for the books, and Zelensky was very excited to have this meeting. Now, I will say this meeting kind of got stirred up after the meeting between Chinese President Yi and Russian President Vladimir Putin, when they actually met about a month or two ago. And Zelensky said, look, now it's my turn. I want to meet with President Yi, and hopefully we can get some type of resolution going on, because obviously the Russian president does not want to do any type of negotiations whatsoever. So again, guys, Zelensky put out the call in the media, and apparently President Yi actually heard it, and he actually accepted to meet with the Ukrainian President Zelensky. So anyways, guys, like I said, they had their first talk since the Russian invasion, and it looks like this particular discussion was actually very positive, in which Zelensky continues to call for the Russian president to actually sit down with us, figure out what we can do to stop the bleeding, stop the war, stop the senseless deaths in the Ukrainian country. And Zelensky has pretty much made it clear, guys, that he does not want this war. He wants to figure out what they can do to come to a meaningful decision in regards to ending this war altogether. And guys, this war has been going on for about 15 months now, and it still does not look like it is going to end anytime soon. However, on the positive front, we do have some good information in regards to President Yi, because he has been trying to be this particular role of a peacemaker, trying to talk with the Russian President Vladimir Putin, as well as the Ukrainian President, President Yi, and trying to figure out what they can do together with the help of President Yi to end this senseless war in Ukraine. And President Yi is trying to play the role of a peacemaker in Ukraine, but won't even acknowledge publicly that Putin started the war, which obviously, guys, can we really expect him to actually say this in public, considering the Russian president is actually a good friend of his? In fact, since this war has actually started, they have pretty much talked at least 6 different times on different occasions. So again, they are definitely in communication with each other. And also we heard that there was a potential for the Chinese president to provide military aid, military equipment, as well as food resources directly to the Russian president because of this particular war that's going on right now. They need a little more ammunition, a little more equipment. So the Chinese president has offered to provide them with equipment, just like the United States provided Ukraine with equipment, and also providing them with some food options that can be carried on their particular mission. So anyways, guys, these particular two presidents have been in big communication over the past few months or so, and it looks like they have a very good relationship. So anyways, guys, that could be some positive news, but that could also mean some very detrimental news, considering that President Yi has actually met with both of these particular counterparts who are going to war with each other. And so you really don't know exactly whose team that President Yi is actually sitting on. However, recently, President Yi has introduced a 12-point plan that would pretty much end the war in Ukraine. Now, so far, Zelensky said that he is very open to using this particular 12-point plan presented by the Chinese president, but the Russian president said he hasn't really said anything, guys. He hasn't said anything in regards to ending this war whatsoever. Now, he did receive the information in regards to the 12-point plan introduced by the president of China, but he really hasn't said anything in regards to using that particular plan or even ending the war in Ukraine. So far, he has continued to make demands in regards to he wants specific land in Ukraine, and he wants it right now. And he is calling for Zelensky to surrender, to provide that land to him, and all of this could be over. But Zelensky said, we have got to do better with the negotiations. So anyways, guys, it could come down to the United States actually helping the Ukrainians fight this particular war very soon. And if they do, China could actually step in and help Russian president fight the war against the United States as well. And then you will also follow suit with North Korean president jumping into the mix, as well as going against the United States as well. So anyways, guys, it looks like we are pretty much going to go to war sometime this year, and it looks like it is pretty much destined to actually happen. Now, previously, one of the top officials in the military said that he expects the United States to go to war with China sometime in the year of 2025. However, it looks like it might actually come sooner than that in 2023. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think about this. Comment down below so I can check it out, and I'll definitely get back with you as soon as possible. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all we have for you today. But if you can, go ahead and check out some of the links down below in the description. There are a few ways for you to be able to support this channel. I would appreciate it. Also, these particular opportunities can get you some free money, some free cash in your pocket, such as signing up for a Webull account. If you are a new customer, they are going to give you 12 free stocks after you deposit 1 penny. And those 12 free stocks can be worth up to $3,000. Once you receive the free stocks, you can actually sell them and then take the cash back into your bank account. It is definitely a great way to earn some free money. Also, you can get the Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days. So you can check out the benefits and all Amazon has to offer, and you can do it for $0, guys. So anyways, those are just a few. Check out the links down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.